Listen to me. I don't know who told you to quit. I don't know who told you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. But I came here to tell you, don't stop believing. You've come too far. You've sacrificed too much. You've cried to many tears to walk away now. This ain't the time to fold. This is the time to fight every dream you got, every goal you wrote down. It's still possible. But you gotta believe it when nobody else does. You gotta believe it when the bank account's empty, when the door gets slammed in your face, when the people closest to you say, maybe this ain't for you. Nah, this is for you. You just forgot who you were. I'm here to remind you. Belief is the foundation. Without it, you've already lost. Everything starts with belief. Before the hustle, before the grind, before the early mornings and the late nights, it starts in your mind. It starts with a simple, uncheckable truth that you can do it. You can rise above, you can win. But if you don't believe in yourself, none of that other stuff matters. You can have the skills, the talent, the connections, but if deep down you doubt your worth, you'll sabotage yourself every single time. Look at every great champion, every success story you've ever heard. Before they had the spotlight, before they had the trophies, they had belief. That belief was the seed. Nobody else saw it, nobody else watered it, but they held onto it. When the world told them you can't, they whispered back, watch me. Belief is what got them up off the mat. Belief is what made them train when they were tired. Belief is what kept them going when they failed. Again and again, because here's the truth. Life's gonna test you. It's gonna throw things at you that will make you question everything. You'll lose friends. You'll lose money. You'll lose opportunities. But you better not lose belief. That's the one thing you cannot afford to let go of. You let go of that, and it's over before it even starts. And belief is not something you borrow from somebody else. You can't wait for people to cheer for you, to validate you. That's not how this works. You gotta believe in yourself when it's silent, when no one's clapping, when no one's watching, when you're sitting alone with your thoughts, wondering if it's all worth it. That's when belief counts. That's when you gotta speak life into your own situation. People think belief is just positive thinking. Nah, it's deeper than that. Belief is a decision, a commitment. It says, I'm in this no matter what. Belief doesn't waver when things get hard. It gets louder. It says, bring it on. It turns pressure into fuel. It makes impossible look like a challenge instead of a wall. And the crazy thing is, once you truly believe in yourself, people start to follow. They start to see it too, but not before you do. You set the tone. You build the vision, and that vision only gets built if belief is the blueprint. Too many people are walking around talented, gifted, smart, but they lose because they never believed enough to keep going. They get distracted. They listen to doubt. They settle. They lower their standards. And that all starts when belief starts to fade. But if you've got belief, real belief, the kind that's fire in your chest and steel in your spine, then there's nothing that can hold you, nothing that can stop you. Because even if you're not there yet, you know you're on the way. Pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. Verity wants the reward, but nobody wants the pain. Nobody wants to suffer, to struggle, to sacrifice. But here's the reality. Pain is part of the process. You can't escape it. You can't bypass it. And you sure as hell can't shortcut it. If you want to grow, if you want to rise, you're gonna have to go through something. That's just how it works. Pain is the toll you pay on the road to success. But here's the thing. Pain doesn't last. It feels like forever when you're in it. But it's not. It has an expiration date. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, pain will pass. That soreness in your body, that heartbreak in your chest, that doubt in your mind, it all fades. You get stronger. You get smarter. You build calluses. You heal. But when you quit, when you throw in the towel because it hurts too much, that sticks with you. That regret, that what if, that feeling of knowing you gave up on yourself. That's what lasts. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they let pain talk them out of their purpose. The pain gets loud, and they get quiet. The pain shows up, and they stop showing up. But winners learn how to push through it. They understand that the pain is a sign. It's a sign they're stretching, they're leveling up, they're breaking the old version of themselves. And yeah, it hurts, growth hurts, change hurts. But so does staying the same. Every time you choose to keep going in the middle of pain, you're making a statement. You're saying, I'm stronger than this. You're proving to yourself that you're built different, that you don't fold when it gets uncomfortable. You rise. And the more you do that, the more confidence you build, not because things are easy, but because you've proven to yourself that you can survive the storm. You can't let temporary discomfort make permanent decisions for you. Pain might be here today, but quitting means it wins forever. And once you quit once, it becomes easier to quit again. That's how people build a habit of failure. They stop just short of the breakthrough. They walk away just before the blessing. They were right there, one rep, one call, one move away, and they gave up. Truth is, pain isn't the enemy. Pain is the price. It's the signal that you're getting closer. It's the resistance that builds your strength. And when you make it through, when you push past what you thought you could handle, that's where the magic happens. That's where the transformation lives. Pain isn't there to break you. It's there to build you. Your struggle is proof you're still in the game. Struggle doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're fighting. It means you're still pushing, still trying, still showing up when it would be easier to stay down. Too many people see struggle as a sign to quit, as a sign they're not cut out for it. But let me tell you, if you're struggling, that's a good thing. That means you're not dead. You're not done. You're not giving up. You're in the arena. You're taking hits, but you're still standing. And that alone puts you ahead of the millions who never even tried. People want success to be smooth. They think if it's meant for them, it's supposed to be easy. But that's not how life works. Nothing great comes without a fight. Every level has a devil. Every mountain has a climb. Every dream worth chasing is going to make you sweat, cry, bleed. That's the price. That's the process. And the struggle is the proof that you're paying it. When you're struggling, it means you're stretching. You're moving outside your comfort zone. You're doing things you've never done, facing fears you've never faced, building strength you didn't even know you had. Struggle doesn't weaken you. It reveals your power. It shows you what you're made of. It sharpens your mind. It humbles your ego. It teaches you patience, resilience, discipline, the very things you need to win. Look around at people who gave up on their dreams. They stopped struggling. They got tired of the pain, so they chose comfort. They let the pressure talk them out of the purpose, but not you. If you're struggling, you're still in the fight. You're still holding onto the vision. You're still saying, I'm not quitting until I see it through. And that matters more than anything. Didn't you ever think that your struggle disqualifies you? It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth. If it were easy, everybody would have it. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't mean anything. The sweat, the doubt, the setbacks, that's what makes it real. That's what gives your story power. Nobody remembers the person who had it easy. They remember the one who went through hell and came out stronger. Every time you get knocked down and get back up, you're building a mindset that can't be broken. Every time you keep going despite the pain, you're stacking mental muscle. That's what separates winners from everyone else. They don't run from the struggle, they embrace it. They understand that struggle is a sign of life, a sign of movement, a sign that progress is happening. So when it feels heavy, when it feels overwhelming, when you're wondering why it has to be this hard, remember, the struggle is not your enemy, it's your evidence. It means you still believe. It means you still care. It means you haven't given up on yourself. Winners believe even when results don't show it yet. It's the difference right there. Anyone can believe when the numbers are going up, when the wins are coming in, when the applause is loud and the spotlight is bright. But what about when you've been grinding for months, maybe even years, and it looks like nothing's changing? That's where most people give up. That's where they start to second guess. But winners keep believing even when they can't see it. Because they know greatness starts invisible. Is seeing the destination before the path is clear. It's trusting the process when the progress is slow. It's planting seeds without knowing when the harvest will come. The world tells you to believe in what you can touch, what you can measure, what you can prove. But winners know something deeper. That belief is the engine that drives the action. That belief is the light you carry into the darkness. And sometimes that belief is all you have. There are going to be days when the effort feels wasted. You're putting in the work, but you're not seeing the outcome. You're showing up, but the doors aren't opening. You're sacrificing sleep, comfort, time, and yet the reward still feels out of reach. That's the test. That's where belief has to be stronger than your doubt. That's where you've got to look in the mirror and say, I don't care what the scoreboard says. Right now, I'm not stopping. People around you might not get it. They'll question your choices, your time, your energy. They'll say, if it hasn't happened yet, maybe it's not meant to be. But they don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel in your gut. And that's why it's not their dream. It's yours. And if it's yours, it's your job to protect it, to nurture it, to believe in it even when nobody else does. Winners don't wait for results to validate them. They validate themselves through action. They keep showing up. They keep putting in reps. They keep pushing forward because they know the results will come. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. And when they do, they'll look back and realize that it was the belief during the dry seasons that made the breakthrough possible. You can't just believe when it's easy. That kind of belief is fragile. It breaks under pressure. You need the kind that stands tall when things go silent, the kind that digs deeper when progress is invisible, the kind that says, I'm already who I need to be. I'm just waiting for the world to catch up. Belief before results is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what keeps you moving forward when logic says stop. It's the inner fire that doesn't go out no matter how cold the world gets. And the moment you start believing like that, you shift from hoping to knowing. You stop chasing and start becoming. You don't need everyone to believe. You just need you. Too many people waste time looking for validation. They wait for friends, family, teachers, mentors to say, "You got this." They post on social media, hoping someone will comment, hype them up, tell them they're on the right path. But the truth is, the world doesn't owe you encouragement. It's not the world's job to believe in your vision, it's yours. And if you're waiting for permission to start, for support, to keep going, you'll be waiting forever, because not everyone will see what you see. Not everyone will get it. And that's okay. The most powerful belief is the belief you have in yourself. It's the one that doesn't change based on likes, views, or opinions. It's the belief that says, even if nobody claps, I'm still showing up. That belief, that's what builds greatness. Because there will be seasons where it feels like you're walking alone. Nobody will understand your sacrifices. Nobody will see the late nights, the early mornings, the quiet grind behind the scenes, but you will, and you have to believe that it all matters, even when it feels like nobody's watching. Some of the greatest people in history were doubted. They were laughed at, mocked, ignored. People told them to give up, to be realistic, to play it safe, but they didn't listen. Why? Because they had something stronger than approval. They had conviction. They knew what they were here to do, and they didn't need a cheer squad to do it. They became their own motivation, their own source of energy, their own reminder that this dream, this purpose, this goal, it was theirs to chase, no matter who didn't believe. When you really believe in yourself, you stop negotiating with your purpose. You stop watering it down just to make other people comfortable. You stop shrinking your dream to fit someone else's vision. You take ownership. You say, "This is who I am. This is where I'm going. And I don't care who doesn't see it yet, because I do." That kind of belief makes you unstoppable. It gives you tunnel vision. It silences the noise. The truth is, if you believe in yourself, people will either join you or watch you. But either way, you keep moving. You don't let doubt infect your mission. You don't hand over the pen and let someone else write your story. You trust your gut. You trust your grind. You trust the voice inside that says, "I was made for more." Because once you believe, fully and completely, something shifts. You move different. You walk into rooms with confidence. You speak with purpose. You work with fire. And that energy, that belief, that's what attracts results. Not because you were waiting on others, but because you showed up ready, with or without them. That's when you realize you never needed them to believe in the first place. You just needed you.